All right, welcome back to the Teacher's Tech Bar. Today we're going to talk about Google Calendar and how to add events. And specifically, we're going to talk about how to do that on your computer, so on a website. So first off, we're on our Google Calendar here, and we want a meeting on Friday at noon. Okay, we want to make that a lunch meeting. So I'm going to click right there on the noon spot on Friday, and it will give me these options of things to type in. If I want to get more options, I can click there at the bottom, more options, and I'm going to go here. You don't have to do this every time, but I'm going to go here just so we can talk through all the various features and things that are accessible to you when scheduling a meeting. So obviously, you want to put in a title for it, so lunch meeting, and then you can change the time, and it gives you the option of a full hour and then everything on the half hour, but it's totally customizable. You can make the start and end time whatever you want. One quick thing to note here, obviously it doesn't apply to this lunch meeting, but let's say for a student, they have a paper that's due a week and a half from now. If they make it an all-day event and then put a start as today and then the end as a week and a half from now, it'll show up as a solid bar across the top of their schedule so that it constantly reminds them about the time frame in which they have to work on that paper. But let's keep it to just this hour-long lunch meeting. We could put a location in, so you could do that as an on-campus location, someplace that's not stored on Google's location services. But if you want to say, you're going to Nobles for an away game and you don't know how to get there, you can start typing in Noble and Greeno, and it comes up. And when you see this event on your calendar, it'll give you a link right to Google Maps, which will be helpful as you're trying to get there. Besides just setting a location, I think some of the main things you'll use here are the notifications, the add guest field, and the description. The notifications are great not only for yourself, but also if you send this meeting to someone else, it'll give them the same notification. So you can set those notifications for minutes before the meeting, hours, days, or weeks. And you can set multiple notifications so you can be reminded of that meeting. The way that you would add this, so say a student emails you and they want to meet on Thursday, or if I want to have this meeting with Chris, I could just click on Chris's name and he would be a guest. So when I press save, this will go right to Chris and it'll appear on his calendar. But the nice thing about Google as well is that our whole contacts for the school are going to automatically pop up if you just start typing. Other great feature here is the description field. If you have an agenda for a meeting, you can copy and paste it right in there. If a student's emailed you a question or things they want to discuss during a meeting, you can copy and paste that email right into here. Or if there's other resources like an attachment or a link you want to have access to during the meeting, you can just add them right there so that when you get to the meeting, you can pull up your calendar and everything you need for that meeting is right there and accessible. Some of the other smaller features that you may want to take advantage of. If you have Zoom hooked up, if you want to send a meeting to a guest speaker, you can not only send the invite as a calendar reminder, but also give all the Zoom meeting information so that that person can quickly access the Zoom stuff. You don't have to send a separate email or whatever. It's all just sort of right here in one location. If you want to keep it simple with Google Hangouts, you can do that as well. And then you can change the color. So let's say if you want to be super organized, you want to have student meetings in one color, teacher meetings in another color, that's all available here by changing the color of that particular event. All right, so that's how you add an event on Google Calendar. I guess the last feature would be to press save. I'm not going to do that because I don't want Chris to be confused at why he's getting a lunch meeting for July 19th at 12. So I'm going to X that out, discard it, but that is how you add an event right here from this main website. Another great way to use Google Calendar is if you're using Gmail and you're going through your emails and you look at one that says, hey, student X wants to meet you at Thursday at 10:20, you can quickly just reference that right here. And we'll go over to Thursday. We'll go around to 10:20, right before my PT, stats, chat with Elizabeth, and we'll make that 10:20, and it's got to be a quick meeting here. We'll make it to 10:30, and then I'll just copy and paste her email there, add a guest, and if I want to access all those other features for the meeting, all those other custom customization options, I'm just going to hit edit in calendar, and it'll take me right over to the calendar website so we can have access to all the other features we want to. But if you're working in email and just want to set up a quick ad, go for it right there. All right. So adding events to your Google Calendar through the Google Calendar website and through email are quick, easy, efficient, and hopefully it'll help with your organization and time management.